Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 story from Dorking Wanderers with me, Daniel. It is season 16, episode 7, and today is our second ever domestic cup final. The same competition we reached the final in 4 years ago, where unfortunately we fell at the final hurdle against the mighty Burnley and Michael Stropper on that occasion. That in the 2032-33 season, in fact 2 years ago, not 3. I'm wishing the time away too quickly. And we're facing Manchester United, one of the perennial title challengers, massive laden of trophies in the last few years, and we're without the cup-tied Harry Ensink and the injured Aaron White. It is not looking particularly great for us in that sense. You'd imagine that this is going to be a difficult day at the office. You will have to excuse the attire. Due to the extremely swelteringly hot conditions, I've replaced the tie with a more casual attire and a supporting towel for should the episode get a little bit too steamy. But as we stand at the moment, we've gone for our strongest possible 11, and in a moment, we will be heading to Wembley for our second ever cup final. But as you can probably see, there's more news for us to get through as well. So if we go and have a look at the schedule, you will be able to see we've got our Europa League 2 last 16 draw, and we are playing Lask, the Austrians, a side that will be familiar to United fans ironically. Christian Lange, an 18-year-old striker for them, someone we're keeping an eye on because he looks absolutely fantastic. And they've got one other real experienced players in Maximilian Wimmer at 31 years of age. Looks okay, but really our backup team should be beating them. So hopefully all of that will come to fruition. But in the meantime, if you are looking forward to this final, please do put a thumbs up on the video. It does make such a difference. If we can get a thumbs up for the cup final, it would be fantastic. And hopefully we'll get a bit of luck to win it as well. So let me know down in the comments early what you think the score will be. And of course, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the content across the board. We've got 3 FM20 series on the go at the moment. The head coach is back tomorrow at 4:30 as we settle in at our new club, probably the final one of the series. And the second episode as our new Macclesfield Town series will be back tomorrow at 1 PM. So a very big weekend ahead on the channel. And strap yourselves in because it's going to be plenty of fun. And that's before we even mention the weekly live streams. But today we face Manchester United. It's the Carabao Cup final. So let's look at the form we're in coming into this game. You were with me for the 2-0 win in the semi-final second leg as we remarkably got through to this final. And we've backed it up with an unbeaten February, although not entirely convincing. So a 1-0 win away at Newcastle. Ryan Lima continued his good form from the Liverpool game and he wrapped up a 1-0 victory at St James's. A 0-0 draw followed at home to Leicester before a 4-0 win at home to Chelsea. Stockich put us 1-0 up on a stroke of half time and then Moreno got sent off and the floodgates opened. Ewan Davey with a hat-trick late on and a brilliant turn from the striker who away from home against Manchester City wasn't able to hit the back of the net unfortunately. Keith Balters did get the goal, but that man we tried to sign, Reece Baird, he came back to haunt us in the 92nd. Off the bench for 10-man City, and he scored a wonderful individual goal. There's not much more you can say. And finally, a 3-0 replay against Everton in the FA Cup in midweek. The centre-halves and the goalkeeper were first choice, but pretty much everyone else was rotated. And Mertens, Coppens and Semedo got the goals, as we wrapped up a quarter-final place, which we'll find out the opponents of in the coming days. But of course, way back 15 and a half years ago when we started this story, in fact nearly 16 years now, we had 2 objectives. Get Dorking Wanderers into Europe regularly and get Dorking Wanderers a trophy. Today is the chance to do both of that again. We can guarantee another Europa League 2 place if we win the Carabao Cup, although it does look possible via the league at the moment. And then we can of course win our first trophy at Wembley. At the second time of asking, we just have to hope United are resting people. How much are they putting on the Carabao Cup final? We're 5 points clear of 8th, 9th and 7th at the minute, which is Brighton, Everton and Southampton in the league. Tottenham and Arsenal floating a little bit below as well. And we've got a game in hand, although that is against United. So it's not quite as good as it looks. But Leicester close behind us in 6th and the top 4 miles in the distance. So 5th again is the roof of our ambitions domestically, which is Europa League football. But we'd quite like to wrap that up today and then go and lay an assault on the Europa League 2 and the FA Cup. So there's no point holding it up any longer. The dynamics look good. The youth intake we've got to look forward to is good. And everything is positive in and around the club. The finances are great. The squad is largely fit. So let's head off to Wembley and see the 11 we've picked for today's game. As we go into this game actually, Leicester in 6th are in Premier League action today. But we've got more to worry about. United in inconsistent form, but now 3 unbeaten. And to be fair, they've played Tottenham twice, Liverpool, Barcelona and a decent Derby side in that 5. So it's hardly a real judge of character. They're missing Darren Jones, who scored bucketfuls against us, so that is a good thing for us. But the replacement will be just as good, and Graham Potter is but surely one of the best managers in the country now. But 90,000 packed into Wembley, how we'd love to see that in real life again soon. And this is the 11 and 18 we've gone for. Of course, NSYNC Cup tied as we mentioned, so Carl Boyce comes in as number 10 today. But aside from that, it's our strongest possible 11. We've got Gabriel Afonso in goal, Pollock and Mazzino the fullbacks with Mertens alongside Semedo at centre-half, Balters and Morale in central midfield, Lima and Stokic on the wings. He's become an advanced playmaker on attack. Those of you who watched the Barcelona episode yesterday from the head coach will know we've had a bit of success with that here. And actually, we did them both at the same time, just because 2 players naturally played there. And it worked really well. So Carl Boyce is the attacking midfielder, Ewan Davey selected up front. And the game changers with the likes of Council, McLaughlin and Coppens on the bench. And defensive solutions in McCrory and Carrera. It is going to be a difficult tie today. We are certainly under no illusions of the magnitude of this task. But it is Dorking Wanderers v Manchester United. And you have to enjoy a Wembley Cup final. What do you think the score's going to be? What sort of team are United going to put out? And can we get this side over the line? Second time lucky, surely? Let's go and find out. 4-2, 3-1 for Manchester United. And I guess the Warriors, I recognise most of the names. Delamar, Franchini, Smith, Fabiano, Celadon, Van Petta, they've all played before. The only one I don't recognise is the goalkeeper. Chris Jeffrey, who's actually very good, 20 years of age, but already playing for England under 21s and has played all of the cup games so far. And he's going to be a real test today. But we've just got to hope we can get goals. If we can get goals, I'll trust us defensively. So we're going to ask the lads to prove a point, most of them motivated. We'll get through the tunnel interview and into the first half at Wembley Stadium. Dorking Wanderers v Manchester United. The Carabao Cup final is live. 5 minutes on the clock and Manchester United already in possession defensively, looking very comfortable on the ball as Mauro finds Emilio, the left back. Onto the halfway line, running across the centre circle, completely unopposed. Where on earth's the challenge? Supposed to be pressing high here. Lima followed him all the way, but didn't really put a challenge in. And he's out to the right-hand side. Delamar to the overlapping fullback, Chiquino. He's got a chance to cross, but goes back instead. Delamar in, Celadon's header, and it is 1-0 to Manchester United. Although, have we got VAR? Is he offside? The VAR has called it off. A lifeline for Dorking Wanderers, but a very, very worrying start. And with 20 minutes on the clock, it's not really looking any better. We have had the better of the chances according to the match stats, but again, we're not seeing them. So what on earth are these chances? Are we just shooting from anywhere? As Smith picks it up in the middle to Fabiano. Out to Celadon on the left. He skinned him again. He is making Kieran Pollock look absolutely silly. He's making him look ridiculous in truth. And it's Manchester United who have got the corner. Celadon crosses. Semedo heads away. Back to Celadon on that right-hand side. And there's not really any respite at the moment. Cabraja, Delamar. Cabraja again. And United keep possession as the highlight ends. Let's drop Pollock to defend. And see if the back four can get any tighter. 5 to half time. Still real no attacking intent from us. We're not seeing anything. Though we do win it back on the left here as Mazzino picks it up at fullback. Into Mertens, Mazzino, Morale, and now Stokic and Boyce. This is nice. Through ball towards Davey, but volleyed away. And now it's United on the counter. We just cannot see a good attacking highlight. As Franchini gets it wide left to Celadon. Is he going to take Pollock on again? Wouldn't bet against it the way he's playing. And what are you doing? Every time we get to a cup final, we seem to give away the most ridiculous, obscene penalty for a stupid trip. This time it's Keith Balters. Celadon puts it in the corner. And what on earth was that? Why would you put a challenge in there? He was going nowhere. Keith Balters has ruined the cup final. And just like Lewis James last time, it is a stupid challenge and a stupid penalty that is going to cost us a trophy. Absolutely obscene. Absolutely ridiculous. Why on earth would you make that challenge? We're going to have to push Pollock back to support because, in truth, we need to get back into this. And what an awful moment. What an awful moment. Into the second half, United on top, and we're trying to play out with Semedo. To Pollock, long ball forward, completely aimless to Chiquino. And I'm just watching it slip away again. I'm watching it just fall through the grasp. We're clutching at the feet. And we're not able to get out of it because we're just making stupid mistakes. How can you give away identical penalties in every cup final you play in? Delamar's running through to Celadon. This will be game over. It's hit the post and somehow gone wide. And Dorking Wanderers all over the place at the back. In the grand scheme of things, you wouldn't say this has been a poor performance. As we bring on McLaughlin, Stokic is nervous, so he's pretty much useless being out there. We will bring on Jeff Coppens as an inside forward, even though he can't play there naturally. And we'll leave the last one 5 more minutes. I'm so frustrated by that penalty. I cannot believe that it's happened again. 20 minutes to go. Davies had an awful game, so let's get Coppens up front. And on the left wing, it'll be Zach Council, inside forward, on support. And hopefully we can get one from somewhere. We'll go positive and we'll just try and get forward because it's not really working out. It's Martino Mauro to CARABAO. Manchester United play long and Bellingham's there with no pressure whatsoever. Balter's chasing him. Somehow got a 6.7 as his rating. Did they not watch that challenge for the penalty? Balter's heads away again to Lima. But our wingers are playing on the edge of their own box. Where on earth's the attacking intent? It's finally out to Council. Through to McLaughlin. We need magic. Jeff Coppens is there. He's got one with him. Goes alone. Jeff Coppens can't beat the keeper. Second time it's off the line. And one man that's worth 60, 70 million pounds. And he can't put in a clear one-on-one. It is frighteningly bad to watch. There are so many clear chances going begging and we've just not got the quality. But Zach Council is making a difference and Morale finds Mertens. Switches to the right to Lima. Takes on the fullback and beats him. Into the box, Lima shoots. And it's into the side netting. It was greedy, it was poor and it never looked like going in. Manchester United hanging on a bit here. But with our lack of clinical edge, we could probably play a day without scoring here. It's Martino Mauro again to Arnau. Out to Van Petter. Morale's nicked it. The £88 million man in one-on-one. And he's given a pass back to the keeper. Oh, after all that, and you've done that. That is ridiculous. Mertens to the left-back Mazzino. We're certainly knocking at the door. We're doing all we can. Balter's looking to make amends. And he's just put it straight at the keeper. Where is the clinical edge? No one wants to score. We're just giving the keeper an easy time. As McLaughlin nicks it again. And now we're away down the left. It's Jeff Coppens in for the umpteenth time. And he's straight at the keeper again. How many times? It is straight at the goalkeeper. And it remains Dorking 0. Manchester United 1. Into 4 minutes of stoppage time. We will go more attacking. We will push the lines up. But how on earth have we wasted so many chances? I honestly don't understand it. So lacking in clinical edge in front of goal, and they've dried up on the biggest occasion of them all. As we're nearly 2 minutes into stoppage time now, CARABAO on the right, chance to go inside, finds Arnau, long ball forward and headed away by Mertens. Here's Balter's in the centre circle, still got a 6.8, it's incredible. To Lima, cutting in from the right, oh he's gone from distance, that is so greedy. Pass the ball will ya? He's just shot from miles out, it was never going in on his weak foot. And that's probably the last chance gone. And now Man United are coming forward on the right. CARABAO gets it from Delamar. Chance to cross in from the byline. Fabiano scores. And 2-0 is so harsh on Dorking. But if you can't defend set pieces, you give away stupid penalties, and you miss 9 chances to score a goal, this is what you have to do. Watch another team lift a trophy. It is so frustrating that we bottle it every time we get to the big stage. And if we get to the Europa League 2 final, we've got to do better. The lad's now reacting negatively to my chat. And I tell you what, that takes some balls. That takes some balls after that. Manchester United lift the Carabao Cup. £58,000. That's pathetic. And we have managed to throw away another final opportunity. Another chance at Europe and another chance at a trophy. The board are pleased because of course we weren't expected to get to the final. They wanted the 4th round, the last 16. So we've done well there. We've already gone past the 5th round of the FA Cup. And that's going to have to be our next competition. We will finish in the top half of the Premier League, but we've got to get into Europe domestically or via winning the Europa League too, because it looks like our other opportunities have gone. United still in the FA Cup, so I'm sure we'll be out of that. Oh, what a disappointment. What a way to do it as well. How can you give away? It's an identical penalty. Go back and watch that Burnley game a couple of years ago. Lewis James gave away an almost identical penalty. It's scary, really. On the biggest stage, it's all gone wrong. And I don't really know what to say next. Dorking Wanderers throw away another golden opportunity. And another chance at a trophy is gone. But there are still positives. We've got to hang our hopes on this youth intake. We've got to hope that this really is a good group of players. We've got these youngsters that we need to keep developing. Gleedle sort of stalled a bit due to injury this year. But the other two are coming on well due to European football. Of course, Roger Solly has played 10 games in the Europa League too. 4 games, 6 starts in other competitions. and he's now coming along really nicely. Sam Williams can now play centre-half, but he's also a strong left-back, and he's improving. He's doing really well. McCrory is now staying injury-free. He's improving both mentally and technically. There are positive signs, there really are. Josiah Semedo is becoming world-class. The report for Mitchell Baker suggests we might be able to afford him this summer, and there's just a few more bits of work to do. Where we've brought in Morale, where we've got Afonso improving, where we've got Semedo, Mazzino, where we've got Ewan Davey and Coppens working hard too, we just need a few more to step up the same way. And if we can do that, we've got good news ahead of us this summer. So we've got a few bits to take care of before then. The Europa League run continues, the FA Cup run continues. If we get a big side, we'll obviously be back for the FA Cup quarter-final. If not, it will be Brighton away or Arsenal at home. One of those two crucial Premier League games will be the next one on camera, depending on where both sides sit. So if you're looking forward to that one, we'll have our youth intake in that episode as well. Please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you thought of the cup final performance. Another obscene penalty to concede. Oh, I just don't know what to say about it. I can't say anything calmly. A really good second half performance, but a terrible way to concede goals, and we were so toothless in front of goal. And I can promise you, if we get a repeat offer for Coppens this summer, he'll be off, because I'm really getting frustrated with him now. Of course, Ewan Davey is a good player. We need another first choice though. We need the wow factor. We need a Will Mealer from the head coach. We need a Zenet Gross from the head coach. We need someone. We need a Sunday Balogun from Burnley in the live streams. We just need someone to steal the show here. And hopefully we'll be able to find that this summer. I'm sure a defensive reinforcement like Mitchell Baker wouldn't go amiss as well. So we'll wait and see if we can get those deals done. But there are plenty of positive signs and we do need to remember that. So fingers crossed it will be plain sailing in the Europa League too, and in the FA Cup 6th round if we can get a lucky tie. Let me know in the comments if there's any trophy you think we can win this year. The Europa League 2 is generally opening up a little bit. There are still some big sides there though. We know how good Hibs are in this save. Sporting Lisbon still there. Fiorentina against Queen of the South in the last 16. So there are a few teams that could nick it. There's still the likes of Levante, Nice, Shakhtar Donetsk, all very good sides. So we're certainly not considering ourselves favourites yet. And of course the FA Cup, while United are still in it, as you've seen, we're probably not favourites. If you want to make sure you stay up to date with all of the content across the channel, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily FM20 content releases, including 2 episodes tomorrow. One from our new Macclesfield save at 1 PM, just the second episode. Loads of transfers in our first game in that one. And then the head coach with our new club, which is just a couple of episodes in. And we'll be back at 4:30 for that one too. So 2 massive episodes tomorrow. This one will be back on Monday. And of course we've got our stadium review series in the meantime on Sunday. And a live stream at 10 AM next Tuesday as always. Finally, please do check out the podcast channel in the eye above. We've got loads of interviews with professionals across the game, matchday vlogs, predictions and topical podcasts too. We've been growing rapidly recently and we're nearly at 400 subscribers as I record this. So it'd be amazing if you could pop over and get us over the line. A big thanks for watching and your continued support with the series and the channel in general. And I hope to see you next time for more big Premier League action as we try to secure European football again and hopefully get a little bit closer to a trophy.